Back in the saddle, looking for a little affection. Thought I'd try my at the love connection. What's going on, everyone? It's morning. This is the last show of the week. This is the last one. Mike Lee, I was always in the room early, says good morning to you. What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone's having a good morning. We had real football yesterday. Those Buffalo Bills, they look for real. It doesn't look like they've lost a step with the Dable. Guess who's not late today? Happy Friday. It's the T-Brad. I miss the T-Brad. I miss doing nighttime shows because you know what? You get a little bit more raunchy, a little bit more risque. But you know what? We got the Giants coming up now in T-minus a little under 3 days. We got the vaunted Tennessee Titans 1 day closer, 2 days away. You got Kyle in the room also. I really like these 9 a.m. shows. I don't like the 9 a.m. shows that much, Kyle. I'm up early either way, but I'm not liking the 9 a.m. shows because it takes a large section of my day and throws it out the window. But you know what? I enjoy talking to everybody. I enjoy talking to the T-Brad, Caveman Sports. Caveman Sports is becoming one of my favorite people because he's always here. Or she's always here. I don't know if it's he or she, but and I love it because you know we got T in it, and it's one of those things. Like I said, sometimes we don't get to see the same people at night that we do during the day. That's why I like doing this. I like to give everyone an opportunity, and everyone a chance to come in and talk and speak some Giants. We got some Giant news. Wyatt Davis has been signed off the Giants practice squad. He is now with the Saints. It's one of those things. I think the Shane tried to pull a fast one. Sneak wide into the practice squad and hope no one was going to pick him up. The Saints have a dearth of talent issues right now in reference to their offensive line. So it's interesting that they grabbed him off the practice squad. But like I said, it is what it is. It's another guy. Another one bites the dust, but it's fine. It's Wyatt Davis. We didn't lose Jonathan Ogden. We're okay. We're gonna be okay. I don't know about Bredesen starting, but we're gonna be okay. Zach Attack. What is up, Zach Attack? I'm going to Pittsburgh today to the Pirates game after school, and Buffalo looks good. Buffalo looked really good. Like I said, they did not drop a beat after losing the Dable. It was one game, but it is against a world champion Rams. So it is what it is. What does Kyle say? Kyle said, it gives me something to do at work. I always love it when it gives someone to do at work. Because Lord knows you don't want to work. It's Friday. Giants are on Sunday. Gear up, man up, suit up, let's go. We got Sean Hayes says, first timer here.
Welcome to the party, pal.
God bless the Giants. Nice to finally see the man behind the voice. I am the man behind the voice. I'm the old man behind the voice. I am like the Wizard of Oz. Don't pay any attention to that man behind the curtain because you want to know why? It's a cult. I'm going to talk about how someone called this channel a cult in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak to people personally that did it because of the fact that I'm not that way, Tyrone. But I'm not gonna call anyone Tyrone who thinks this channel is a cult. But we're going to talk about that later. Hit the 9 a.m. stream the same time as my morning workout. That's the best thing. You get to work out and talk Giants. That's even better. There's not a lot of Giant outside of Wyatt Davis. Moving on. Cult. You know what, Sean? I was thinking the same thing. I was singing, I am the cult of the New York Giants community. You give me fortune. You give me pain. You give me something. I can't remember your God's name. I am the question you need to be. I love it. I love being called a cult. That's so awesome. That's being called a cult is like beyond awesome. It's like beyond awesome. It's like, I don't know what beyond awesome is. Like awesome in Eris. I don't know. But there's not a lot of Giant news going on. There's not a lot. You still have a Kayvon Thibodeau limited at practice. You still have Azeez Ojulari limited to practice. Same with Dane Belton and Sterling Shepard. I don't think I would not be shocked if all four were not active for this game. I wouldn't be shocked if we moved dropped in some practice guys for this game only because of the fact that, like I said, these are guys that we need to. It's the first game of the season. So I'm not going to sit there and put all my eggs in the basket on game one. I'm not. I can't. But there were some notable names that were missing from the injury report today. One of them was Kadarius Toney, leg. Leonard Williams had the arm. Bredesen, the elbow. Most of them were limited during preseason, but kind of held out. And like I said, the biggest ones that are limited right now are going to be Thibodeau, Ojulari, Dane Belton, and Sterling Shepard. We're pretty healthy going in, except for these guys. But these guys are important guys. These guys are important cogs. Is it going to make the difference at the end of the day? I think certain Giant fans, I think certain Giant social media communities are overemphasizing the Giants and underemphasizing the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are still favored to win their division. It's not like we're going into Seattle and playing Geno Smith. We're going up, and yes, the Titans have issues on offense, have issues on the offensive line, have issues in the wide receiving core, but they also have Derrick Henry. Yes, the Titans lost their number one pass rushing threat, but they also have Bud Dupree and a plethora of other guys in the linebacking core that can help. And then you also think of the fact that they talk about the secondary. I like Farley. I like a couple guys that are in that secondary. And like I said, this is probably a good match. If you want to talk in reference to Giants secondary, we've talked about this ad nauseum. This is a good matchup for the Giants secondary. Because you got the rookie, you got Robert Woods, you got Austin Hooper. And Austin Hooper is not a slouch. He's not a slouch. And by any means, his stats were skewed because they had so many tight ends during his time at Cleveland. And right now you have to look at this roster and say, who's going to cover the tight end? Julian Love? Tay Crowder? Austin Calitro? We don't have that cover in the box safety. We don't have the Peppers. We don't have the Logan Ryan at strong safety. And everything you could say about Logan Ryan and everything you could say about how he lost step, he wasn't Antonio Bethea. And I love it. Antonio Bethea still led the team in tackles that year. And it is what it is. And but you have to think of these things as a fan. You got to think as a logical Giant fan, you have to think of these things. You have to look at these things from a reality perspective. And I think that's the biggest issue. Mike Lee says, all hail Tim. T. Brad says, we are a cult of realism. And I think that's a great way to put it. And like I said, I'm not going to bash the person that wrote it, Tyrone. I'm not going to say your name because you know what, Tyrone? I don't think I should. Like I give a shit. Like I care. Oh my God, I'm too big and mean to care. All bow down to the altar of online Big Blue. Bow down to the cult of personality. Zach Attack says, can we stop with the Josh Allen comparison already? Josh Allen did last night was a beautiful thing. I saw a quarterback neutralize the Rams, pass rush, and got the ball out quickly. That is, DJ is not Josh Allen. That second quarter interception that Allen had was a bad interception. And that was coming up after they were up 10-7. And I was getting a little concerned because the Ram defense was looking good for a little bit. Buffalo had some drives, but they weren't coming up with points, except for the field goal and the touchdown. And the touchdown was a beautiful thing. But and I loved it because even one of the announcers said watching Josh Allen right now seemed to be like watching Tom Brady, that he moved with fluidity. He went through his progressions and he found the open man, except for that one time, that one mistake. And we all make mistakes. And I also have to admit, I have Josh Allen as my starting quarterback on the online Big Blue fantasy team. So I was happy. I got 32 points out of that performance. But yeah, they're not the same. They're not the same quarterback. They're not even close to the same quarterback. We need Aziz this game. Pass rush is a must. A pass rush is going to be a must. But here's my problem with the pass rush. And I've said this 100,000 times. We have so much young talent in reference to pass rushing. And we have some old talent who's not really talented. I'm looking at you, O'Shane Simmons. But the problem is you have to remember, you have to contain your aggressiveness. If you get over aggressive with your rush as a young player and you miss your assignment and you don't maintain your edge, they're just going to do delayed handoffs. They're just going to pull a delayed handoff to the inside with Derrick Henry. And that's going to open up into the second level where we have Tay Crowder and Austin Calitro. Now, someone else told me that I didn't know what I was talking about when I said Tay Crowder was undersized, and they pointed out Tay Crowder's size, Tyrone. They pointed out his size, and I had to explain to him, just because you are 6'1", 235, and the other guy that you're replacing was 6'2", 235 as well, there's a difference between size and there's a difference between body type. And while his physical attributes in reference to height and weight are within the low end parameters of a starting middle linebacker, it's his body frame that was what I'm referring to when I speak about size. Matt from Connecticut is a big boy, big guy, tall, thin though. Went to the gym, hang and banged. Did he put on muscle? Yes. Did he put on mass? No. Because sometimes, because of your body frame, you cannot add size. And that's exactly what I am referring to. James Williams has hit the like button. James Williams is my savior sometimes, because when I get stupidity in the comments, I usually forward them to James so we can talk. I text him to James, or I call James, and we could talk about the stupidity. I should just read them on this chat, because I got so many good people in the chat. James Williams said, "Good morning, boys. G-Man Nation." He also throws up. We got a 2 for 2 from James. Y'all see White Vic's arm? Stiff armed the dude last night. Yeah, he was pretty impressive. Their D-backs are no joke either. That's true. That's true. I mean, everyone thinks this is a pushover. You see certain giant social media communities and like, oh, we're gonna win this game by 50. We're gonna win this game 34-17. I've been doing videos referred to as Anatomy of an Upset. And I have the second part either coming out today or tomorrow. And I'm gonna say this. Potentially, like I said, the Giants have a good matchup. They have a good matchup in reference to the secondary against the corners. It's probably going to be one of the few times this season that they are going to have a push matchup. But the defense, the Titans defense against the Giants offense, I am very concerned. I am very concerned. Kyle, what do you guys say? What do you got for me, Kyle? I really hope Love takes a huge leap this year and has a good year. He has not shown that yet. Maybe the wing system will be far better for him. Problem with Julian Love is we've been waiting for Julian Love now for 3 years, going on 4 years. We've been waiting for him. He got benched twice. He got benched last year, didn't come back until he was needed to play slot corner. He is a versatile player. I think he can play multiple positions, but the problem is I think he needs to just be that versatile player that can back up multiple positions and not your starting strong safety, because he's not a starting strong safety. And I get concerned about that because when we had Patrick Graham and the bend not break defense, the issue with that was the fact that our strong safeties, I rephrase that, played in the box. Julius Peppers played in the box something like 67% of the time. Logan Ryan played in the box like 57 to 60% of the time, which was interesting because of the fact they were used more as a quasi linebacker to help maintain the run. I just don't see Julian Love built for that type of position. Dominic, hey, what's up, Dominic Palmer from across the pond? Dominic had a rough day yesterday. But if it was still a buffet that year for the opposition offense, where's the tumbleweeds? Tumbleweeds. We got good tumbleweeds. Caveman says, great scheme and adjustment by coaches going to help us if we want to win more than 4 games. I did a rundown. Yesterday in reference to the schedule. And I see 3 to 4 games. I see 3 to 4 wins. And I love the people that pencil in Jacksonville, pencil in Detroit. I mean, Seattle, unless Geno Smith finds something in the waters in Seattle, I could see that can be a win. But it's gonna be a tough road. And if you look, this is what I want to talk to people about. People always refer to the easiness of the Giants' schedule. Let's talk about the Giants' schedule briefly. Just briefly. And let's talk about it after the line. You have 3 winnable games in a row against Seattle, the Texans, and the Lions. Okay. Then after that, you got the Cowboys at home, the Commanders. So you get the Cowboys on the road, Commanders at home, the Eagles at home, the Commanders on the road, the Vikings on the road, the Colts at home, and the Eagles on the road. That is a tough 8-game stretch. And also the fact that you are coming back after the Jacksonville game, you're coming back. I mean, you're going to come back off of what your trip, because you're basically this. And this is the thing I get worried about, and I don't like about the schedule. Giants are in Florida on the 23rd. On the 30th, they're going across country to Seattle. That's a tough trip. That's not an easy trip for any professional athlete. But we have to just wait and say, what's up, Mr. Butler? How are you doing? Good morning to you. Good morning. DJ will have 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 4 receptions with 12 fumbles. And Zach woke up. Zach's trying to wake. And you know what? We still wouldn't resign him because he's gone. Like I've said this a million times before with Shane. Shane, a week before the season, is $5 million over the cap. Has all these things that he has to do, talks about and preaches about how we are going to put the pieces around Daniel Jones and he's our guy and this, and we believe in him, this, and this. But hold my beer, I have to go fly to Ohio and watch a quarterback. If he was going out there like the 6th, 7th game of Ohio State, I would be fine. But he goes and watches their opening game against Notre Dame. But don't worry, he believes in Daniel Jones. And now that we move some of that money for Leonard Williams, that $55 million has gone down to like 50. You're not going to give half of that to Daniel Jones. You're not. The writing's on the wall. Mike Lee says, and for all those are the same people that think we'll win 10 plus games and make the playoffs. Tate Crowder needs to take a leap. We need to have above average play all season. I want to talk about Tate Crowder for a minute. Everyone will point to me, and this is what kills me. Everyone will point to me how wonderful of a season Tate Crowder had last year, how wonderful his year was, how he had a career high 130 tackles. He was all over the field. He was the man. Okay, as a quasi former linebacker, safety, I'm going to break something down statistically for you. A good NFL middle linebacker, if you look at their stats, will probably have more. Well, not probably. They should have more solo tackles than assists, anywhere between 15 to 20%. Look at Blake Martinez. He had in 2020 151 tackles, 86 solo, 65 assists. 19 he had 155 tackles, 97 to 58, 97 solo to 58 assists. And the year prior to that, in 18, had 91 tackles and 53 assists. That is what a good inside middle linebacker, good inside attacking middle linebacker does in reference to leading the point of attack. Tate Crowder, 130 tackles, yay! 64 solo, 66 assists. And I'm going to say that again, 64 solo. And he had more assists than he had solo tackles, which means he is not leading the point of attack, which means he is what they refer to as a pile honor. He is not the first guy there, but he jumps on the pile and he gets the assist. It's playing football 101. And I can't stand when people are like, well, he had 130 tackles. Look behind the number. Look at what the number is. I'll say it again. A good NFL middle linebacker will have anywhere between 15 to 20+% more solo tackles than assists because they are leading the attack. They are the ones reaching the ball carrier first. They are the point of contact. Blake Martinez is what we refer to as, like I said, a pile honor. He is not the person creating the point of contact. He is the person that comes in at the end. That's why he's given an assist. And that's why I have concerns about having Austin Calitro and Tate Crowder manning the middle of that field because neither one of them is known for creating the point of attack. All teams that pick before us in the draft got better. They did. They'll be drafting top talent for years in a row. It's we're not going to worry about next year. Yeah, but everyone did get better. You're right. The Giants winnable games mean they're the hardest games. You're right, because Giants usually, when they have that winnable game, usually is the games that they lose. Todd Taylor, what's up, Todd? Just compare them to the teams that played last night. Is the team having competitive games either? I don't think so. That is the level you need to be at to be a playoff caliber team. I don't want to be a playoff caliber team, Todd. I wanted, and I can't remember who it was, and I would love to give them credit. I want a team that competes, not a team that just shows up. A subscriber said that. I don't remember who it was, and I wish I can give him credit in the world because I think that's the greatest comment in the world. James says, hit that like button because it's the cult of personality. I am the cult of. Oh my God. Hit that like. James says, hit the like button for the cult. Oh, wait. I mean the culture. The fact that someone is heroically defending Crowder shows how much we are lacking on this roster. It is. It is, and it's not a bash against Tay Crowder. I could never be an NFL linebacker, but I've said it a million times. Don't piss down my leg and tell me it's raining. Please don't. Because when you have 130 tackles and you have more assists than solo tackles and you are my starting middle linebacker, I got a problem with that. I got an issue because you're not leading the point of attack. Please, you're not leading the point of attack. You go, like I said, we'll go back to Blake Martinez again. 151 tackles, 86 were solo, 65 assists. The year prior, 97 solo, 58 assists. Not only is Tay Crowder leading the point of attack, he is wrapping up. And he does not need anyone else to come in and help him make the stop. Tay Crowder is the guy that comes in after the play is over. Good rotational player on a good team. I don't even think he's a good rotational player on a good team. I think he's a guy that, I think he's a guy that, I just think he's just a guy he's just a guy. He's just a piece. It's, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when BJ Goodson left. BJ Goodson left back in 18. He had a good year at 61 tackles that year. And I think and I love it because I'm looking up his stats. He's 61 tackles, 44 solo, 17 assists, which means he was tacking the point of attack. But then he bounced around from Green Bay to Cleveland to New Jersey, and everyone was upset that he left. And I kept saying he's a good rotational guy. He's a good guy to have on the roster, but he's not a starter. Ooh, I'm going to jump to this one real quick because I love it. Desperation can create unrealistic optimism. All right, I'm going to screenshot that, put it in the archives, because now when I use that one, I'm going to be quoting the T-Brad. And I'll be like, I have to quote the T-Brad. Because that is a great one. That is a great comment. But like I said, I'm not bashing Tay Crowder, but let's have some realism. Let's have some optimism. What does Mike Lee, what is the cult of Mike Lee says? On Sunday, DJ will pass for 365 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 receptions and fumbles, and lead the Giants to the winning drive. Then I put down Madden. Hey-oh. Oh my God. That's a great one. I love it because I also want to, do I have the comments? I want to read the comment that sent me over the edge yesterday because it was a stupid comment. It was a stupid comment. And there are no stupid comments, just stupid people. We already know that. Can I find it here?
But that's okay. Remember, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people.
I love it. Because here it goes. Tay, you keep talking about Tay undersized at 6'1.5", 237. Blake is 6'2", 237. Tighten up, dude. You have a cult-like following. Repeating your opinions as fact. Not cool. I tell everyone this. You know this because I manage your page. All right, Tyrone Bowman. I don't think we have a cult. I don't think there's a cult anywhere here. And everything I said statistically is correct. And I think that's what you get mad about. And everything I talked about, it has to do in reference to body frame. But you know what? Here's the thing about the people that follow this channel and the people that hang out in the chat and everyone else. They have their own minds. They have their own intelligence. They form their own thoughts. They form their own opinions because they're intelligent football fans. Not just Giant fans, football fans. And if you don't like it, don't watch. Don't fucking care. You're not missed. You know what they say, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord splits you. But to say we're like a cult, that's just crazy. That's just crazy because the fact that you do a disservice for anyone that watches this channel, anyone subscribes to this channel, because of the fact that the intelligence on this channel that I have seen from the people and the comments that I read daily, and I try to respond to almost every comment. It's difficult, but I try. They're intelligent football comments. You have some idiotic comments sneak in, Tyrone, but you know what? That's just from people like you. What does Gary say? Gary says, I believe the Panthers. I have a feeling that I'm not penciling in the Panther game as a win. I'm not. Because as much as you hate Matt Rule, if they still have Christian McCaffrey and they still have Baker Mayfield and they still have somewhat of a defense, it's not going to be this pushover. And I'll be at the home game. I'll be there. I got my season tickets. I'll be there. It's part of my season ticket rally pack right here. My Giants magnet. I'll be there. Dominic Palmer says 38 watching, 11 likes. Please help Tim out. Like the channel, 24 likes. Let's get these likes up to 50. Well, what's up, Dreadpool? Yeah, after watching the game last night, you'll probably win like 5 games at best this year. I needed the reality check because you know what? Those were 2 professional teams playing yesterday. I'm not saying the Giants aren't professional teams, but these are 2 teams with high quality talent on there. High quality talent. Irish Rover says, Irish Rover, I'm going to send you an email today. I got you. I responded to your email yesterday. I'm going to send you an email today. He says, I'm showing 22 likes. Still not enough. Tay Crowder is, hey, what's up, Mr. Zappa? I haven't seen you in a while. That's a picture I haven't seen in a while. Tay Crowder was a good rotational guy on Georgia. He's a rotational guy. That's exactly what he is. He is a rotational guy. Todd Taylor, by the way, the Rams needed to be embarrassed, win the Super Bowl at home. Bills fans louder than their fans. That's true they were. I love this one. I'm going to put it up again because I just love this comment. Desperation can create unrealistic optimism. I might use that in the video this morning. Fantastic quote, T-Brad. We're all giving the T-Brad the big shout out. James always said, let's be real. Even Tay Crowder isn't Chase Blackburn. Chase Blackburn was a good rotational player. He was a guy that came in and saved us when we needed to. But he's not a guy that you want on the field 24/7 for 10 years. T-Brad, thanks, everyone. Giving out the love to T-Brad. Let's see here. Mike Lee says, we don't wear rose-colored glasses, follow Pro Football Focus, or live in fantasy land. That sums it up. But we're a cult. I love it. I'm not gonna, someone had a great comment and it got deleted, but I'm not gonna go over the comment. The comment basically was, we love Tim. Tim is great. And then he went and disparaged another giant YouTuber and called that person he told him to go lick the butthole of the giant YouTube community. Of course, the comment got deleted. Damn you, YouTube, for deleting comments. I hate when you do that. I don't delete comments. I leave them up. And that's the thing. I don't delete comments. I leave them up. YouTube takes them down. YouTube has this new algorithm in reference to profanity and things that they perceive to be naughty. And then they remove them. And then some get removed for review by me and some just get deleted. So, what do we got here? Spent a high pick on a linebacker. Will they? Yeah, gee. I mean, it's, we just need to, we don't want, it's not like we wanted Parsons really. Getting Parsons would have been silly. Why would we want that guy? We got Kadarius Toney, and it's Tony and the Colt Jam. But like I said, is there an opportunity for the Giants to win on Sunday? Is there a chance?
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
There's always a chance. There's always hope. There's always that slim chance that something will happen. Derrick Henry can go out. We could have, we could have multiple interceptions from Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill did not have a great season last year. His offensive line was poor, gave up 47 sacks, and they had some problems with the offensive line during the preseason, but they played mainly their second string guys. But there's always that opportunity. And I said this, I don't mind the secondary matchup against their wide receivers, and I think that is going to be the savior for the Giants if they can maintain the run, if they can contain Derrick Henry and they force Ryan Tannehill to throw. But like I said, you have to worry about who's going to cover Austin Hooper. You got to worry about who's going to cover the tight end. We've had the last 5 years, we've had issues covering the tight end. And I have this very sneaking suspicion that you have a guy starting the middle linebacker who hasn't played since 19. Hasn't started a game since 19. You have Tay Crowder, who has shown that he has somewhat of an inability to cover the tight end. And then you have your outside linebackers, which now are referred to the rush position. They're not left outside linebacker, right outside linebacker. And the Giants depth charts are referred to as the rush position. I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, I think if you can contain Henry, keep him to under 30, 40 yards in the first half, and you force them to throw a Tannehill, good things can happen. They can. Will it happen? Tennessee Titans people keep overlooking that they're favored to win the division. And Giants are picked 4th in theirs. And some people tell you the NFC East is not the strongest division. Blake Martinez's release would have made more sense if they got Devin Lloyd. If I would have loved Devin Lloyd. I think everyone knows how much I love Devin Lloyd. That was my pick. My picks were Thibodeau and Lloyd. I know a lot of people like to think my pick was Malik Willis. It never was. Go back and watch the videos. I did videos saying that if I'm going all in on defense, and I'm taking Thibodeau and Lloyd, because I think if I did that, I've said it before, I fixed my defense. I put my 2 cornerstone defense. I need everything that I needed to run a 3-4 was right there. I have an athletic linebacker and a pass rusher. And then you have Leonard Williams making $19,747,000. But that to me would have fixed it. That to me would have fixed it. Tim, do you think we have the pieces in place to stop Henry? Well, Skyline, I'm going to tell you this about Derrick Henry, and I'm going to be honest. No, I don't think we have the pieces in place. And like I said, there's always a chance.
Telling me there's a chance. Yeah!
There's always a chance. But you have the likes of DJ Davidson. You have the likes of Ellis. You have Dexter Lawrence, yes, who was at 342 pounds starting in your nose tackle position, but he's not Kalis Campbell. He's not Dalvin Tomlinson. He doesn't jam up the line, and he does not take on the double teams, which allows Leonard Williams and your other rushers to get to the quarterback, especially in the 3-4. And I think if you're going to play this 3-4 style attacking defense, I've said it before, if you are over aggressive, what's going to happen? If you are over aggressive and don't maintain your assignment, Derrick Henry is going to kill you on the delayed handoff. He's going to kill you on the draw. They're just going to wait for you to be over aggressive, and they're going to just take advantage of that immediately. And young, inexperienced defenses have a difficult time over in 60 minutes of maintaining their assignments. We've seen it in the past. So do I think they have the pieces? Let's put it this way. Fantasy draft, I took Derrick Henry number 1 overall. Not because of the fact that I think he's going to have the most productive season, but I knew against the Giants, he's probably going to have a fantastic game. Someone the other day told me that he thinks he's going to run for over 100 yards. I said he may run for 100 yards in the first half. I'm the Titans. I run the ball until you stop it, until you bring up 8 in the box. And then as soon as you do that, I'm going over the top. Football 101, plain and simple. Captain Caveman Sports Talk says, I think we hope, but we need like every team to step up and ball out. We do. You have to. This will have to be a Herculean effort, or it'll have to be now here's the thing about the Titans. They really didn't play any of the first teamers. They played some of the first teamers here and there, but they really didn't play in the first teamers. So a lot of this is going to be first in-game action. And like I said, some teams are counting this as like their 4th preseason game. So you never know. You could catch lightning in a bottle. You could. I'm going to do a video. No, I'm not. I'm going to give my prediction on Sunday at the 10:30 show. We're going back to the 10:30 show. We're not doing streams every day. I just, like I said, I just did this for this week because there's not a lot to talk about. There's a build up here, and I think we need to discuss it. I think we need to discuss the Giants. We got Matthew saying, good morning, Tim. Great to see you alive again. Good to see you too, Matthew. You know what? It's a good day any day you're alive. It's a good day any day you can get up in the morning. It's like you get older, it gets harder and harder. Is there going to be a watch party for game 1? Will you be able to do a live? I'm probably not going to do a live stream during the game. Everyone and their mother is going to do a live stream during the game. I'm going to watch the game. Not that I don't love you guys, but I'm going to go sit at my bar top table. I'm gonna get some beer. I'm gonna get some wings. I got the big TVs all around me, and I'm gonna sit and watch football all Sunday. Hang out. Just gonna hang out and watch football, and then I'll probably jump on the mic. I'm probably gonna also do my new YouTube shorts. I'm very excited about that. I'm like a 17-year-old girl with Twitter, or not Twitter, TikTok. Is that TikTok? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing TikTok now. Listen, it took me forever to figure out YouTube shorts. I love the people that hung out in the stream yesterday. For the last 20 minutes as I Googled how to do YouTube shorts. It's not, you know what? You're not subscribers. You're not just people. You're just friends hanging out. Because only a friend would hang out. We had like 40 people in the last half hour. You're just hanging out with buddies and friends and everything else when you sitting there Google for like the last 20 minutes on how to do YouTube shorts. I thought that was great. Skyline says 8 of us in the box can't stop Henry. I don't think we can either, but you need to bring up that extra guy. You're going to need to bring him up. You're going to have to. And that's going to be where the Giants are going to be placed in one-on-one coverage on the outside. I'm still not 100% sold on Dory Jackson being my CB1, and I'm definitely not 100%. I'm definitely not 100% sold on Aaron Robinson, because Aaron Robinson, yes, he's going up against a rookie, but he's going up against a rookie speedster. And unless Aaron can figure out how not to be a step behind, he also has a propensity to fall for the double move. I would be a little concerned about that matchup. What does Todd say? Run the ball, get ahead, force Jones to play from behind. Of course, we should do that the same. I agree. We should do that 100%. We should 100% do that. And like I said, if it's me, I'm running. And now I know people will point out Barkley had his worst day ever as a pro in 19 when we played the Titans. He was a rookie. If it's me, I'm grounding and pounding. If you really truly believe in your offensive line, it's easier to do downhill blocking, forward blocking, than it is to pass block. So why not just run? Hey, we got, if those that do not know, mega69.com is the best porn on the porn sites. So make sure you jump in and make sure you subscribe to mega69.com. Most people don't know we have sponsors. Well, I don't like to brag, but I would do that too. To Matthew says, fair enough. It would be nice to build up to see your comments after the game. I mean, I'm not gonna probably do a stream after the game, but I will do a video after the game. T. Brad is on fire this morning. What will the cult do if you don't stream the game? I just think people are gonna go in their house and just walk around in circles. That's all I think they're gonna do. T-Brad is on there. I love T-Brad. Everyone knows that T-Brad is always on. T-Brad always jumps on. You have El Gigante, you have T-Brad, you have LJ, you have Greg, you have Honeypot. Honeypot, I love, that always jumps on. You got Bark from Barbados that always jumps on. You got James Williams, you got the Dahmer, but you know what? There's just a great segment of people that I always have on because they're just fun to talk to. And T-Brad and James, if you did not see the stream, I think it was a week ago, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago on a Friday, and it's the last hour, I had on just James and T-Brad and myself. And besides talking about cheesecake coming out of Trenton and some whole bunch of other things, it was probably like the last hour was probably like the greatest last hour ever. We talked about Giants, and we talked about Daniel Jones and the rants that James came up with, but that was probably one of my favorite streams at the end. I got to tell you, it was great. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Shoot. I am going to find it on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I'm joking. I don't know how to get on TikTok because that's got to be priceless content. I am going to do the YouTube shorts, but I'm going to do high quality production YouTube shorts because that's just the way I roll. What's Gary say? Giants getting blown out over under 6 games. They're going to lose. They're going to win under 6. The Giants right now are 5.5 point dogs against Titans. If I am a betting man, I would give the 5.5. I would take the Titans and give the points. I'm not telling anyone to go out and bet, but that's what I would do personally, because I think the Giants are going to lose by like 12, 13. Who knows? That might change. Something could happen. Derrick Henry could miss the bus. Ryan Tannehill's arm could fall off. I don't know. Something can happen. What's up, Mitchell? Yo, what's up, Mitchell? How you doing today? What does Mike Lee have to say? But we need you after the game. Well, there will be an after the game. Of course, there will be an after. Good morning to Mark Stewart. Good morning to you. There will be an after the game rant. Of course, there's going to be an after the game rant. Mike, why wouldn't there be one? There always has to be one. And hopefully it's a good rant. And if it's a really bad game, I might jump on the mic and go live for like a half hour or so. But, we have to wait and see. Edward says, I have hope that our Giants will win on Sunday, but I know they won't win. But I could be wrong. We shall see. And that's the thing. You got to have hope. You got to have hope. You got to have optimism. You got even in the darkest moments of life, you have to hope for optimism. You have to. I wasn't going to say go towards the light. Because you know why? You don't want to go towards the light sometimes. But you have to have hope. And all I can think about right now is go towards the light, Carolyn. Go towards the light. Poltergeist. But you have to have hope. T-Brad says that was a really fun stream. I think it was like a week ago on Friday, or maybe it was Saturday, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I don't remember, but it was a great stream. Irish Rover has the Giants coming in at 5-12. Yeah, I can see 5-12. Like I said, I project between 4 to 5 wins, and I had them 5 and above previously, but I say 4. I at one point I said 3. I'm gonna go 3 to 5. And the reason I do that, I think there's 3 truly winnable games on the schedule, and sometimes you just get lucky on other ones. But the only problem is sometimes those winnable games turn into losers, so then it kind of goes the opposite way. So we had to say, I've already said good morning, Mark, but I'm going to say it again. Good morning to Mark. Edward, what's up, Edward? Good morning to you too. Skyline coming in here. Tim, what do you think, Xavier? Is Xavier McKinney a keeper? Right now he is, yeah. Right now he needs to be a cog of your offense. Of your defense. If you're going to build a defense, the things you want to build your defense around are going to be Azeez Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Xavier McKinney. Out of your 11 guys, you got 3. So now you just have to go out and find the other 8. It's not that hard. They got Austin Calitro. What could go wrong? T-Brad says, how many teams will be worse for the Hans than how many teams will be worse than the Giants? How many teams will be worse than the Giants this year? I think Seattle's going to be at right now. Everyone's darling is Detroit. Some people have them winning 7 to 8 games, and they also are on the Giants schedule. I'm not sold on Detroit yet, so I think the Giants could beat Detroit. A lot of people are going to talk about Jacksonville, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you like I told people about Miami last year, do not sleep on Jacksonville. Do not sleep on that team because I love Peterson as a coach. I love the fact that you brought Peterson in as an offensive coach for Trevor Lawrence. And I still think from all the times that I have watched football, I still think that Trevor Lawrence has one of the best deep ball passes or one of the tightest spirals that I've ever seen in the NFL. And like I said, that is a big thing. I think that's a big statement. I did want to point out one thing about the Buffalo game. Someone had 4 tackles, 1 sack, and a tackle for a loss. For the Buffalo. And I think everyone knows it was a 305. Gregory Rousseau, telling you, that is a guy that we should have picked up. You want to talk about another player we should have picked up late in the draft? Gregory Rousseau, man. He had a good rookie season. I think he's going to be big time this year. And he did play big time last night. The cult will shine the light on you. Come shine the light. We're a cult. Love being a cult. How many teams will be worse? I already did that one. Hey, Timothy, what's going on? Good morning, Tim. Will Dable turn the Giants into winners? I hope they will. I hope so. The offense did not. It's only one game, but the offense did not miss a beat yesterday in Buffalo. And to be perfectly honest, the Rams have a pretty good defense. And I'm going to tell you this, the Bills, except for that 2 interceptions Josh Allen had. I mean, Josh Allen was 26 for 31, 297 and 3 touchdowns, plus 10 carries, 56 yards and a touchdown. Offense didn't miss a beat. Stephon Diggs, another 8 catches for 122 yards. Even Gabriel Davis got him for 4 catches for 88. Didn't miss a beat. So is it Josh Allen or Brian Dable that makes the engine run in Buffalo? It's kind of like the question people are asking now in New England. Was it the Belichick? Was Belichick truly a genius, but are you a genius because you have Tom Brady? I know people don't want to talk and address that question, but that's what you have to look at. Come on, guys. We got 31 likes. Let's get the likes up. James Williams says, you know what, Tim? You might be a cult leader. You sacrifice cows for meat. You have a shrine in your basement, and your wife isn't afraid to cut someone. We had T-Brad coming up with the big ones, but James just dropped the bomb. James, that was, you know what, James, you get the Show Enough award for today.
Am I the meanest?
Show enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Show enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Show enough.
You just got the Show Enough award for today. Let's see what T-Brad comes back with, because it's going to be the battle of the T-Brad. It's like a monster movie. It's like a Godzilla movie. It's T-Brad versus James Williams. And what's up, Saeed? What are you doing this morning? Shouldn't you be in class? Damn, Tim, how many 9 a.m. streams are you going to do? This is the last one. We just did this for a week. We have Kareem. Oh my God, Kareem. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Going on here. I'm going to talk to you in a second. This is our last 9 a.m. stream. I just wanted to do something special for the week. Kind of wanted to just give back a little bit, in reference to, the people that, because there are, and I understand it, and I understand it quite extensively. There is a large segment of the people that watch this show who can't watch during the evening when I do a 9 o'clock stream or an 8 o'clock stream, because they have kids, they have lives, they have wives, they have other things going on, things happen. And also some people are in different time zones, and I got people in different countries. So it just made sense, Said, if I just did, like I said, I wanted to just kind of give back, do a stream 4 days in a row, AM. So everyone who does not have the opportunity to come in and give their opinions can come in and give their opinions, because everyone knows I read every comment. Super chat or not, I read every single comment. It's tiring sometimes. It's like reading a short book like every 30 seconds. What's up, Knockout OG Knockout? I almost said your name in backwards because I do have a little dyslexia and number transference. Had that since high school. What's up, Tim? Daniel Jones averages 4 wins a season, and we are only going to win 4 to 5 games. You're right. You're not wrong. That's why you're the OG Knockout, because you're not wrong. Like I said, you can't. We said it a million times. Shane says everything right. He says everything right when it comes to Daniel Jones. So does Brian Dable. But then the first chance they get, they go to Ohio. They don't send their scouts. They send the general manager. That's rare. I don't think, and I've said this before, I cannot think in all my times watching football, a general manager that went to the first college game of a quarterback that he is scouting himself. Normally you send your head scout. Normally you send your scouting staff. He went and watched a game on his own. That says a lot what you think about the quarterback. The cult will turn the beat around. I love to hear percussion. Turn it upside down. Sometimes you just got to sing in the morning. White Vic, you're going to need a bigger boat. The White Vic is going to need a bigger boat. Come on, T-Brad. Where's your comment in the top, James? Let's go here. Cream says, Tim, what's up? Did Stafford turn back in Stafford of old? I don't think like I said, I'm not going to judge the entirety of the Rams season on 1 week. And same thing, I'm not going to judge the entirety of the Buffalo season. Stafford was 29-41, 241 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He went up against a good defense. The Bills have a good defense. I think the Bills are going to have a top 5 defense this year. So let's, sometimes you got to shake the rust off a little bit. You got to get some WD-40 on them joints. You got to get them lubed up. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
You got to get them lubed up. So, it's 1 game. 1 game. Now, ask me in 5 games. I said the same thing about Daniel Jones. If Daniel Jones has a great game against Tennessee, I will be happy. Even if we lose, I will be happy. But 1 game does not make a season. And then you'll have the people on social media going crazy about how wonderful he is. And then if he falls off the planet in game 2, then he's a bum again. But if he has like 3-4 good games in a row, 5-6 good games in a row, then I'll start talking about Daniel Jones as a potential quarterback of the future for the Giants. But you can't have a good game, a bad game, a bad game, a bad game, a good game, a bad game. You have to be consistent. And Matthew Stafford throughout his career, even on bad Detroit teams, was consistent. So one bad game does not a season make. What does Mike have to say here? Mike says, Joe just wanted to get away from Mara. There are better places to go than Ohio to get away from Mara. I'm going to go on like the Bermuda, Bahamas, Italy. You don't see a lot. You don't see a lot of people going, hey, you know what, honey? I really want to get away. I want to get away. Let's go to Akron. So there's a better place that he could have went. So many people are calling Stafford a racist last night. What happened last night that he's a racist? What happened? What happened? What happened that he's a racist? At least on Twitter. I don't know what happened. What happened? Put it in the comments. I don't know what happened. At least on Twitter, I don't know what happened there. Bra, gotta get them looped. Hey-o.
That's what she said.
Oh my God. What do we got here? Edward Jones, 2 for 2. Daniel Jones will, of course, throw 4 or 5 turnovers against the Tennessee Titans. I think if he just plays with it, I'm going to use coach speak because I know a lot of Giant fans fall for this. not the people that watch this channel. He's got to stay inside himself. He's got to play to the best of the abilities. He's got to try not to do more than he needs to do. And he has to show consistency, and God willing, things will work out. I would have been a great head coach. Not the X's and O's and not actually doing anything else. But if you put me in the press conference, I would have been a great head coach. They should just be a head coach for the press conference, because I'd be perfect at that. T. Brad says consistency. What's that? T. Brad making a march for the show enough comment of the day. That's the thing, though. You show me consistency with Daniel Jones, but you show it to me over an 8-9 week period of time, and that's fine. And then I will start talking about him improving, finding his way, and all that. Blah 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 blah. But I'm not going to sit there and say one like I'm not going to say that Stafford had one game. Am I reading that right? So you'd have to get back to that in a second. I just read your comment. But he's just got to be consistent. That's it. I'm not asking for greatness. I'm asking for consistency. What does Nick say? What do you think of the early mock drafts projecting the 8th pick and the Gators and the Giants take in Richardson? I don't think anything of it yet, because we haven't played this game yet. I don't think if the Giants are truly bad and the Giants are going to be truly worse than teams like Detroit and Seattle, we could be picking number 1. And I could have a plethora of quarterbacks to choose from. It's going to be the consistency about how down this year is going to be. And I think that's what we need to look at. And that's why I don't get into, in a couple of weeks, I will start ranking the quarterbacks. And I'll probably do like a weekly show where we rank the quarterbacks. And then we'll kind of go from there. But I'm not going to do it before we play a game. Nothing against you, Nick, but and I know you're just asking a question, but I don't get into that yet. I'm not that hard up to make content. I can think of content. But yeah, I mean, I can't mock a draft when we haven't played a game yet. Perfect. Irish Rover says perfect college game for Shane to scout. He is a fighting Irish guy. Yeah, but you can't talk about how much you praise Daniel Jones and how much you love him, and then go scout a different quarterback a week and a half before the season even starts. I just love that. I just love that, though. Here, I told that to someone the other day. Here, Daniel Jones is awesome. Now hold my beer. I'm going to Ohio. I'm going to go Ohio. Look at that. We got to look at that kid in Ohio. Oh my God, you've got a job, Coach. Yeah, I do have a job. I'm the cult leader of the New York Giant community, YouTube community. That's why I really have this, because this is just to hypnotize people. You will watch the show. You will subscribe. Or is that hypnotism? That's not really a cult, I guess. I don't even know what. I can't even get a cult right. Damn it. Apparently Stafford wasn't getting the ball to Allen Robinson. So now people are saying he doesn't throw to black wide receivers. I don't know, man. Twitter makes my head hurt. What? Really? Is that what they're saying on Twitter? I mean, I don't doubt you, Zach. I mean, but is that what they're really? Oh, hold on, cancel that. Add a little delay there. Is that what they're really saying on Twitter? Now, I know Twitter is full of stupidity, but I mean that's let's look this up real quick. Let's just go to the score page and let's just go look at this. Let's go to the box scores. And let's see here. Okay. He was targeted twice for 1 catch for 12 yards. Then he went to Cooper Kupp 13 times for 128. He's targeted 15 times. You throw a guy a ball 15 times and he catches 13 of them. He's having a pretty good game, even if it's for 9.8 yards a carry, or I should say a reception. I don't see racism abound with that. Sometimes guys aren't open. And also, you're paying Cooper Kupp a lot of money, and he just helped you win a Super Bowl. What did Allen Robinson do besides get out of Jacksonville and get out of Chicago? He's good at Allen Robinson is good at getting money and leaving bad situations. Let's see. OG Knockout says we got the worst red zone quarterback in the league. Well, we had the worst red zone quarterback in the league the last 3 years. This is a new season. We are turning the page. We are turning anew. We are moving forward, hopefully. So we have to look at it. Mike Lee says he's consistent at not being consistent. T-Brad is going to answer Nick. He says, I think Richardson is an athlete with a strong arm, but I think Levy is better out of Kentucky. I think that kid Willis would have been pretty good. Imagine you drafted Malik Willis. You didn't need Tyrod Taylor. You didn't need Tyrod. It's hindsight, but if you would have drafted Malik Willis, you don't need Tyrod Taylor. You're saving $11 million over 2. Just saying. Can't find anything about Stafford being a racist last night. Apparently, his wife had a bunch of controversial comments in the past. I don't know. I don't follow Matthew Stafford, and it's not my business whoever's a racist. I'm not the racist police. I don't need that job too. I got too many jobs, evidently. What's up, Brian? Josh Allen looks great. Hopefully, we can get a quarterback that is talented. One day, Daniel Jones will never be that. Daniel Jones has the talent to be a low-end starting NFL quarterback. That's what I think. I never thought he had these wonderful skills to pay the bills coming out of Duke. I never thought that. I never saw it. People profess about his deep ball capabilities. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know what the hell that was. My TV turned on in the background. He has, I've never seen it. And then they talk about how was it last year or 2 years ago that he was like, he was in the top 10 of deep ball passes. Yeah, most guys threw like 45, 44, 30. He had 13. You complete 7 of 13. Yeah, okay, you're doing pretty good. But let's like you are triple underneath what the other people are at. What do we got here? Those Stafford's racist posts are getting way too many likes. That's just the way people are. People want to find racism everywhere, and there is racism, but people just gotta sometimes. You know what? I miss the 90s. I really do miss the 90s. You could do movies like White Chicks and no one could get upset. You could do movies like Malibu's Most Wanted and no one got upset. Everyone just thought it was fun. Now if you do now you use the wrong verb or adjective in a sentence, you're a racist. How dare you racist? Or you're misogynistic or whatever else or whatever other labels you want to attach to people. That's why the 90s were great. The 90s, we were just having fun. We were just having a good time. You know what? You can make fun of everyone. Or White Man Can't Jump. Great one, T-Brad. You can make fun of people in the 90s. Nobody got upset. No one. Watch the comedy specials from the 80s and the 90s. Eddie Murphy made a career making fun of white people. But that's it. You don't take offense to it. You just kind of move on and go on because you know what? There's no Soul Man. Soul Man was another one. T-Brad's dropping the other. Soul Man was if you want to talk about a racist movie, it was Thomas C. Howell. Soul Man was a little bit. Soul Man might have been a little bit racist. That movie might have been a little bit racist. But you know what? It was just, and I don't even think Soul Man was a racist movie. I think Soul Man was a bad movie. It's a guy that took too many tanning pills so he could get a scholarship to go to Harvard. And then he falls in love with Radon Chong. And it's bad that I remember all that. Twitter is a terrible thing. What do we got here, my friend? What's L says? How many times did Stafford throw to Megatron? Oh, that's a great point. And first of all, yeah, that's a great point. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. I didn't even see that comment. Tim, I love that, Tim. Daniel Jones is awesome, but hold my beer. I'm going to Ohio. That's what it is. He's awesome. He's great. We're putting all the pieces around now. Hold my beer. I got to get on a plane. I got to go see a quarterback in Ohio. T-Brad says, apparently Willis was not worth a third round pick. Yes, but Cordell Flott was. Hey-oh. I hope to God that Cordell Flott turns into like Lester Hayes or something. I really do. CSA says, I don't see DJ proving anyone wrong. He needs a good team to be serviceable. We definitely don't have that. I worry about the offensive line in reference to DJ. I worry about he's not like a Carr with the Texans who was just shell shock by his fourth season. He's not like that DJ that is, but he seems to have an issue even processing more when there is a rush in his face. He's already got his CPU is already running slow. He's already got too many porn windows open when he's already just in a clean pocket. And I think it doubles that when he gets in any type of trouble. And that's usually when bad things happens, when he gets in trouble. Let's see here. DJ will be a starting quarterback for a team that wins 4 to 6 games a year. Oh, can't wait. Great point. James Wilson. Yes, Daniel Jones was worth a big reach at 6. That's going down as one of the worst picks in the last 30 years. Well, Jamarcus Russell. What's the name of Kiwi Smith? Hell, you can go to Cade McNown. I mean, there were a lot of bad quarterbacks taken in the first round that were that Daniel Jones can compete with. What's up, Kareem? What do we got here? It said, but what do you think if it takes a low-end starter to get the teams? What do you think it would take for a low-end starter to get his team to play? An awesome defense and a wonderful running game. White man can jump. Yep. Soul Man, all classics. It's true. Let's see here. But does that make them a bad person? Make who a bad person? Blazing Saddles could not be mating today. Trading Places. Oh, dear Lord. Trading Places was bad. Trading Places was another one with Winthorpe. Silver Streak with what's his name? Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. Oh my God. When he yeah, that's another bad one. Is Cordell Flott even starting? No, Cordell Flott is actually backing up our entire secondary in reference to the corners. He is the backup. Let that sink in just for a second. Cordell Flott is the backup for Adoree Jackson and Aaron Robinson. Okay, we're gonna see here no evil. See, that's another bad one from Gene Wilder. We're just gonna sit and Roger and Richard Pryor too. We're just gonna sit here for a second and think about this for a second. We're just gonna talk about this. We're not even gonna talk. We're just gonna think about it. Cordell Flott is the backup for Robinson and Adoree Jackson. If things go bad with Aaron Robinson, Cordell Flott is going to play. Okay. We needed a wide receiver named Optimus Prime. You know, it's funny, Edward. I have to get the sound effects of Autobots roll out. I'm going to get that one to play. I haven't had a chance to download it. Need some extra water today. Ryan Leaf, good one. Ryan Leaf's another good one. Josh Rosen, good one. Frank Frank said, good morning. What did I miss? Well, let's see. Okay, let's sum it up quickly for Frank. This channel is a cult. We don't know anything about sports. Matthew Stafford might be a racist because he didn't throw to Aaron Robinson, according to Twitter. We need a wide receiver named Optimus Prime. T-Brad and James are battling out for the show enough comment of the day. And I think that about sums it up. Okay, let's go on. Hear no evil, see no evil. Now, OG Knockout says, yet we don't draft a quarterback from Duke, Tim. It's a basketball school. That's a great point. Third rounder backing up Aaron Robinson. Yep, shaking my head. Eric Flowers was a nightmare at left tackle, but he's actually restructured his career as a guard. So I always thought he should be moved in as a guard. I really thought he should be moved the inside because he doesn't have the floor. He did not have the lateral movement to be a tackle, but he had the size and the strength to be a guard. The toy with Richard Pryor. Oh dear Lord. Jackie Gleason was in that movie somehow. And that was, yeah, if you want to talk about things that would be perceived as racism now, movies, that would be, I would say, you know what, if I had to pick my two from the 80s and 90s, I'm going to go White Chicks and The Toy. Oh my God, that is so good. What do we got? Smith saying, if the O-line elevates itself to a bad line, DJ Oh, Mr. Smith, Sedan Smith with his Humphrey Bogart picture. Probably looks like from the Maltese Falcon. Is that from the Maltese Falcon? Because it's not from Casablanca. Because I love Casablanca. I love that movie because I just love it when he's talking to Ugadi, and Ugady's trying to give him the letters of transit, and he looks at him and goes, "You despise me, don't you?" And Rick just doesn't even look up from his drink playing chess and goes, "If I gave you any thought, I probably would." I love that one. Saeed says, old Optimus Prime Time says, roll out when it transforms. My son has one that does that. But I have to get the sound effect for that. All wrapped up in 30 seconds for you. Thank you. You know what, Frank? That's what we'd like to do here. And you know what?
That's what she said.
Emmanuel, what's going on, my friend? You in the gym? You hanging and banging? What you doing, brother? Kyle S says, not in the 90s, but Blazing Saddles was another movie. Mongo who punches the horse. I've said this before, and I've said this in the past. My nickname in college was Mongo. I was a very intelligent student too. There was just other reasons I was Mongo. We're going to get into that. Let's see. Frank says, do you think the Giants offense can put up 21 points against the Titans defense? I think 21 would be the high end. I think that, I'm just looking, I'm doing it like Predator. Watch my word. It's like Predator. I have a stained glass window above me. I think 20 points is the max. I do think it's going to win like 28-21 if I had to put a score right now. But I'm not going to, because I'm going to give the score on Sunday. And we're going to do our ring giveaway on Sunday like we always do. Big Blue says, bleed, that's all, folks. Bleed Big Blue says, I've been saying this for a year now. DJ will not be the starting quarterback if he can't improve his pocket awareness, go through his reads, and not stare a wide receiver. And the last but not least, stop playing scared. You're right. You've summed up everything that I have said in the last 3 years on this show about Daniel Jones. And none of those things are wrong. None of those things are bad. None of those things make you a hater. None of those things make you a Daniel Jones hater. It's called honesty. And it's called an honest, unabashed opinion and assessment of Daniel Jones's play. Playing like you belong in a league, for crying out loud. Yeah, you have to. What does the manual say? What the manual says? Just got back when Jim about to go to the bank. Well, make sure you're careful if you're going to be depositing money. Okay, just make sure you take care of yourself. Watch it. Some scary stuff going out there lately. John Mara says, John Mara might be a racist because the Giants never drafted a black quarterback. Just saying, we've talked about this. We've talked about John Mara. We talked about the Giants. We talked about racism. You go back to the benching of Geno Smith for Eli Manning when the Giants spoke about how they wanted to, give the young guys a try. And I think Geno Smith was 25 after starting for 3 years with the Jets. If you would have started Davis Webb, who was that rookie at the time, that would have made more sense. And I think we had Josh Johnson at one point play some games for us a couple of years back. We're the only team in the NFC East not to have a starting quarterback who was a black guy. We're black. We're the only team in the NFC East. I think we are. I think like there's two other teams that have yet to have an African American quarterback. I don't like using the term African American because my friend always yells at me because he's like, I've never been to Africa. He says, I'm an American. Just call me an American. I don't know. I don't think they're racist. It's interesting, but I don't think, Kentucky Fried, the movie. Oh, that's another one. Robert Townsend. Let's see. How the hell we passed on Malik Willis, Ritter, and Pickett? Shaking my head. Pickett, I can understand how they passed on Pickett because Pickett was already, Pickett, they weren't going to take a quarterback in the first round. Ritter has had some issues Ritter's had some issues. So, I mean, that's, and that I think, but it's funny because everyone had Ritter above Malik Willis in reference to readiness, to pro readiness. And I think Willis has actually proven the opposite. So I think you got to kind of go it that way. Mike Lee, what does Mike Lee say? There's no room for honesty. DJ lovers fandom. There's not. You're not allowed to make an accurate assessment. You're not allowed to sit there and say, I've been saying this for years now. DJ will not be a starting quarterback if he can't improve his pocket awareness, go through his reads, not stare down a receiver, and last but not least, stop playing scared. There it is right there. So eloquently summed up. And you're right. In the articles of honesty in reference to Daniel Jones, no one will accept that. That will not be accepted. That would be that you are not a fan because you said something honest. You are a hater because you said something honest. You are rooting against Daniel Jones because you said something honest. That's not being a hater. That's just someone who looks at a situation, sees what it is, speaks the truth about it, and those that can't defend it, their first response is to call you a hater. That's all it is. And that you can't have a fan base react that way to the starting quarterback. I have never seen a starting quarterback be so divisive among the fan base. You're usually always, honestly, after year 4, you're usually pretty all in agreement on what your quarterback is. We're going into year 4, and you have so many different camps in reference to what Daniel Jones is, could be, and might be. But then you have the coach, you have the general manager flying out to scout a quarterback a week and a half before the season starts when he has a scouting staff. That speaks volumes about the commitment this organization and Joe Schoen has to Daniel Jones. If you can't see that as just a football fan, then you are just a Daniel Jones fanatic. And you can be a fanatic, but like I said, on this channel, I want fans. I want intelligent fans. I don't want fanatics. I want people that can see through the minutia and say, okay, Tay Crowder, had 130 tackles, but he had more assists than he had solo tackles as the starting middle linebacker. I want people to see that. I want people to see the draft and say, when we pick someone out of Connecticut, when I said that he was going to be a 3 to 4 year project, understand that I'm not bashing the kid. I'm just saying it's going to take 3 to 4 years for a kid from Connecticut who has all these problems that maybe be any type of quality offensive lineman, but it'll take 3 to 4 years for him to progress. Everyone says I didn't know what I was talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. What are we in now? Year 3? Year 4? Kentucky Fried the movie. Yeah, we got that one. Caveman says, if you need any of everything perfect around you, then you're not a franchise quarterback. My personal opinion. I agree. No 5th-year option. No 5th year. And that's the other thing. No 5th-year option. Schoen is so much rolling the dice. He's rolling them bones. Why? Here's the reason why Schoen is rolling the dice. Because he could have given him the option, and that would have been fine. It would have eaten up a good chunk of the cap. But he's going to have to, if he decides to keep him, he's going to have to give him more money. He is going to have to give him more money to franchise tag him or to sign him, which he's not going to do because he's only got 50 plus in salary cap next year. So he's not going to do that. I got to terminate a bug. And it turned out it wasn't a bug. It turned out it was the beak from the yard string. That was a bug. Oh my God, I didn't break the monitor. Tim, what do we got? Mike Lee says, when will you be serving the Kool-Aid? We're going to be giving out the Kool-Aid soon. I like Kool-Aid. DJ, hoping DJ gets better is year 4 is ludicrous. It's ludicrous, but you know what? DJ is what he is. We are what we are. We are just going to just have to deal with it. That's it. It's all good. Daniel Jones, what is this? Daniel Jones fanboys like Fist Vegas are blinded by DJ having flashes of playing good here and there. That's the problem. It's flashes. Everyone that has ever played competitive sports, and I'm talking beyond high school, but has played competitive sports, either in college, the pros, will all tell you, even if you are not a good player, you have moments of flashes. You have moments of brilliance. Even an average player can have a great game. Look at Timmy Smith in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I know drugs derailed his career after running for 200 yards in the Super Bowl with Washington. But sometimes you have these brilliance. You have these moments of brilliance. You have these moments of clarity. You have the Phil Simms moment in the Super Bowl. Yes, Phil Simms was a good quarterback, not a good quarterback, but at that moment in Pasadena, he was the greatest quarterback on the planet for 60 minutes. It happens. But the problem is flashes of brilliance do not equal a career. Moments, I've said this before, I do not want a quarterback of moments. I want a quarterback of consistency and potential greatness, not moments. Moments are fleeting. Where's a great one I had? Do I still have it? I don't have it anymore. Hail to the king. Come get some Rambo. Welcome to the party. You need a peacock. I had a great thing from even the movie. Oh, here it is. I love this. This is from The Sandlot.
There's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
There's heroes and legends. Heroes have moments. Legends have careers. And that's what I want. Tim, and you're right, Tim. Most of us hating being called and I gotta love this comment. And you're right, Tim. Most of us hate being called African Americans. I don't know anything about Africa. I've never lived there. I always get confused on that term because I never really, and it's funny. I never really designate my friends by their, I don't know, race or ethnicity or whatever you want to call it. Like my friend, I don't sit there and tell you, yeah, I'm going to go hang out with my friend Frank, the Puerto Rican. I never say that. I never say that I'm going to go hang out with my friend Ed, the African American. I never say that. That label never comes to my mind. I always I'm going to hang out with Fred and I'm going to go hang out with Ed and Frank. And then my wife says, stay out of trouble. You know, I don't sit there and go, I'm going to hang out with James Williams, the black guy. I just start hanging out with James. And then my wife says, just stay out of trouble. That always seems to be the phrase when I go out with people. Just stay out of trouble. I don't know, man. Everyone's gotten too sensitive. Mike Lee says, DJ's theme song is One Moment in Time. We got OG just laughing. It's true. I mean, like I said, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just one of those weird. I don't sit there and go, you know. And I've said this before. And this is going back to the 90s. I don't want to get off race, but this is going back to the 90s. In the 90s, I would go hang out with my friend Frank. I would go hang out with my friend John. His last name was Mendelson. And I would go hang out with my other friend. It was Kyle. And that's what I would hang out with. Now people will tell you, well, I'm hanging out with the Jewish guy, the black guy, and the Puerto Rican. It's like, that's a bad joke. You know, a Jewish guy, a black guy, and a Puerto Rican walk into a bar. But, you know, but nowadays that's how people define things. I just, and I don't define that way now. I just hang out with people that I hang out with. That's who they are. I never think about their ethnicity or their race. Never even crosses my mind. Some people it does. I don't know why. Oh, how do we get into how do I get myself into these conversations? We're going to wrap up in a few minutes. David Terry says, Jeff Hostetler had moments. It was amazing how he looked over Phil Simms and led the G-Men all the way. Here's the problem with Jeff Hostetler. He did not look good when he replaced Phil Simms. At one point, he got benched in Minnesota for Jeff Rutledge. After that New England game at the end of the 90 season, Parcells was furious. Hostetler had moments in the Super Bowl. He had moments, and he never really had a career after we went to the Raiders. He had one good season with the Raiders, and he never played well in Washington. He had moments. No DJ theme music has always fallen down Kanye West. That's another good one. David has to say, but then he went to the Raiders, and well, yeah, exactly. He didn't play well. He played okay for the Raiders. He played okay. Tim, we are the non-popular Trump. Where's T-Brad, man? T-Brad's got to drop in his wisdom and his knowledge. Because we right now, James is winning the show enough battle for the quote of the day. I have to make sure that I have that up. So at the end, when we end in a couple minutes, I can give you guys that show enough quote of the day. Edward Jones says, I'm going to hang out with my half white, half black people. It sounds weird, but that's the way people define people now. I don't know if they do that because of the fact that makes them feel better about themselves. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I don't have white guilt. I don't. I lived in one of the worst areas in Trenton for years. Trenton, New Jersey. One of the worst areas for years. I lived in a tent in my friend's living room for 7 months. A tent. We put a pop-up tent in his living room. And I lived there. No one gave me anything. I had to work. That's why I see these student loan people. We're going to forgive $10,000 in student loans. That's great. How about the people that worked a full-time job and a part-time job in college and had student loans? That's what I did. Didn't ask for the government to give me money. Again, how do we get on these tangents, Edward? Stop getting me off topic here. Oh, Ginaka says, I was born in the 80s when we wasn't sensitive. We weren't sensitive, in the 80s and 90s, we weren't sensitive about everything. I'm not saying racism doesn't exist. I'm not. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it firsthand being in a multiracial marriage or interracial marriage or whatever the hell it's called. I've seen it firsthand. See, my wife denied a fork in a restaurant because of the fact that the person didn't want to give it to her because she dropped hers on the floor. But you know what? Everyone would be happier with each other if we just looked at people not for what they are on the outside, but what they are on the inside. And that's the online Big Blue psychology class of the day. Kyle says, what does Kyle have to say? Do you think Corey Webster will ever make it to the Ring of Honor? You know what, Corey? I like Corey Webster. I liked him a lot. I think Corey Webster does not get the due that he should and gets the respect that he should. The same thing like, what's his name? Perry Williams, cornerback that started for the Giants in 86. Another guy that doesn't get the credit he does. And Corey Webster is just a guy that went out there and did a job. That's all you got to look at. The Rams did look, Pimp Names look bad. The Rams did look horrible last night. They looked god awful last night. But you know what? It's one game. Mike Lee says, I'm going to hang out with my approved minority friends. All we need is love. All we need is love. People are always amazed when I do that. Usually I have it land on the table because it's when you're cool, you do this with your water bottle. You go like that, and you flick the lid off. And normally what I do is I flick the lid off and it just spins on the table. That's how you get the ladies. 100%, he says. Yeah, what was the lesson? Giants between 2008 and 2015 had quite a few young guys that were injured, really screwed. Stevie Brown, Terrell Thomas. Terrell Thomas played well for us in that Super Bowl year. He had the knee issues coming out of USC. Stevie Brown too. You got Sean Williams had some issues also with health. I mean, we've had some guys. We've had some guys. So, Tyrone, don't worry, we bashed you for a while. This is Tyrone. He thinks we're a cult. Everyone said, hello, Tyrone. Hello, Tyrone. This is the cult of the Giants. Tim, Rams play like they are practice squad protecting their high-priced players. So what? It's one game. You know what? I don't even want to fucking deal with it.
Get nothing. You lose.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Bye-bye. Don't write because we don't care. That was the idiot in the comment section. All right, guys. It is now 10:22 in the AM. It's now 10:22 in the AM. We're going to have Kashmir coming up real soon, but right now we're going to give you that WPX traffic report. Always wanted to be a morning zoo guy. I think we're going to end it here. Let's see. Kyle S. Unless someone's got something pertinent to say. Kyle S. says Tyrone Thomas was awesome. He would have had great different not from the injuries. He did play well. He really did. A lot of Pimp names like that. A lot of Giant fans have been ignoring the fact that King Henry still has it is what it is. King Henry does. I mean, you play over aggressive with this guy, you're going to get burned. You are going to get killed on the delayed handoff. That's just what it's going to be. You are going to get killed. And a lot of people are not seeing that. I'm looking for it here, and I'm going to do. Here we go. This is just for Edward.
But that's okay. Remember, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people.
Oh, there you go. That just sums up Tyrone. Have a good day, everyone. To Irish Rovers out of here. Fistic Vegas and Big Pat Sports is smoking crack. I don't know what they're smoking crack about. Oh, because they're Daniel Jones guys. If you're Daniel Jones guys, you're a Daniel Jones guy. I don't care. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's why OG, we're full of realism. Some people are full of shit. We're full of realism. You're awesome, Tim. Hold my beer. I'm going, thanks, Big Blue. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to wrap it up today because I got a video coming out at 11:30, and I got a couple other things I got to do around the house before I get out of here because I'm going to be gone on Saturday for a little bit. We'll have a video. We won't have a video on Saturday, but we are going to have the 10:30 a.m. Sunday live stream, the kickoff live stream. We're going to be giving away some fun stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of fun things. I do appreciate everyone that hung out, hang in, and we just being here because you know what? It's great just to see. It's great just to see everyone. Great to talk to people that couldn't make it. I'm trying to think of the show enough comment of the day. And it's been a battle between T. Brad and James Williams. It's been a battle. It's just really has. And I don't know. And I thought I was going to pick James at one point, and then I thought I was leaning back to T. Brad. But you know what? Because of the fact that they are both scholars and gentlemen, we are going to give a tie for the Online Big Blue Show Enough comment of the day for T. Brad and James Williams. It's a tie.
Am I the meanest?
Show enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Show enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Show enough.
So there goes the Online Big Blue Show Enough comment of the day. Winners, it's James Williams and T. Brad. You get nothing. Because I got nothing to give you. But my enduring love and respect. Don't forget, we have the big stream coming up at 10:30 on Sunday. We'll have no video on Saturday, but we will have one this afternoon. I might have a video on Saturday. I gotta put out the part 2 of the anatomy of an upset, but we have to I'm just kind of putting the finishing touches on that. I want to appreciate everyone for hanging out for the last hour and 25 minutes. You know, we gotta end it like we always end it. Everyone, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing the best and New York Giants Sports Talk Entertainment. We're out of here, guys. It was a great show. You know what? We'll see you soon. We'll see you Sunday. Catch at 10:30. And you know what? Let's go Big Blue. We are out of here.